What's up, guys? So lately I've been, I guess you could say, overthinking things, right? And just a lot of, brainstorming. And I can honestly say I no longer believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence anymore. That's done, right? Everything that happened to me, right? Lately, everything that happened to me made me realize that I was destined to wake up from this organization. Excuse me. I was destined to wake up from this organization. Me being a witness was not part of the plan for me long term, right? Even though I was born and raised, right? It was never my true destiny to be a witness. And I say this because, so for those of you that don't know my full story, right? I'm gonna just give you a quick recap, right? For those of you, if this is your first time watching this video and you don't know my full story, let me give you a quick recap, right? So born and raised a Jehovah's Witness, right? I went astray, became inactive in my late teenage / early adult years, right? I was inactive twice, but the second time I became inactive, right? That's when the shit hit the fan, I guess you could say, right? So I became inactive for nearly a decade, right? I was trying to come back to the organization. For 2 years, I was trying to come back, right? And just my luck, COVID happened, right? COVID happened. So the congregation that I was in at the time, the elders were saying, oh, you lost your publisher card, but trying to find your publisher card, we can't find it, right? 2 years passed, me going to the meetings and everything. COVID happened, now we're on Zoom, right? So 2 years passed, and I'm trying to, talking to the elders. They still can't find my publisher card after 2 years, right? So I don't know if you guys know, without a publisher card, you can't have any judicial meeting, nothing. You can't comment at the meetings. You're just there at the meetings, right? Well, it was Zoom at the time, but yes, I was on Zoom, and I couldn't comment at the meetings or nothing. So it was getting discouraging, waiting 2 years for the elders to find my publisher card, right? Anywho, I finally spoke to my mom. I said, Mom, listen, I'm getting really discouraged. I said, they encourage inactive people to come back to this organization. I did that, right? I came back to the organization. I've been patiently waiting. It's been 2 years, right? It's been 2 years. I'm patiently waiting. They still can't find my publisher card. I said to my mom, what am I doing? Why am I still Zooming in meetings? Why am I still doing this, right? So my mom said, you know what? I'm gonna contact an elder in her congregation, right? Because that was my hometown congregation from years ago, right? So she said, so she contacted an elder from the congregation, right? And he goes, oh, your son lost his publisher card? We can help him. We can help him get a new card. We'll just have to produce a new card. We'll have to produce a new publisher card for him. But he has to come to us. He has to have a judicial with us because he was inactive for quite some time. So if he wants us to produce a new card for him, we can do that, but he has to have a judicial with us, right? So me being quite naive, right? I'm all excited. Oh, I said to my mom, he said he could produce a new card? Yay. After 2 years of me waiting, because the congregation I was in, they was like, oh, just keep waiting. We were still looking for it. Just be patient. Just be patient. We're looking for your card. 2 years later, they still didn't find it, right? So my mom reached out to the elders of her congregation, and this Kobe, the coordinator, the elder in charge of the entire congregation, he goes, oh, we can produce a new card for him, but he has a judicial with us. Yeah. So anyway, little did I know that this elder was just looking for a reason to fucking disfellowship me, right? Now, I noticed that elders, if an elder has been married to a sister, right, for 20 plus years, one sister for 20 plus years, right, and he's hearing stories of an inactive person living a wild life, sleeping around. I was in my prime when I was doing this. I was in my 20s, right? So of course I'm gonna sleep around, experiment with sex, drugs, alcohol. That's what people do when they leave the organization, right? Now, no elder, in theory, in retrospect, I understand this. No elder wants to hear this. They don't want to hear this, right? That you live the wild life, you experiment. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie. Like, it is what it is. They asked me what I was up to. I told them, right? I was in my 20s. So, little did I know that these elders, well, sorry, one in particular, the coordinator, the Kobe, he was out to get me. He was out for blood, right? He knew I lived a wild life. He was out to get me. And it just, this whole situation of me getting the fellowship by them, by the elders, like I said before in the beginning of this video, I no longer believe in coincidence, right? Because the congregation that I was in, those elders who were saying for 2 years, oh, just be patient, wait, wait, we're trying to find your publisher card, just wait, they'll, just wait it out, right? Now, I said to myself, in those 2 years, if I was to find a more loving elder that actually took the time to welcome me back in the congregation, right? Like I initially wanted. I initially wanted that, right? I initially wanted to be welcomed back in the organization with love, right? But if that were to happen, how would I wake up? I wouldn't have done my research. I would have never woken up. Or maybe I would have woken up, but it would have been way longer. It could have took me several years, right? This is why I said I no longer believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence anymore. Because I patiently waited 2 years, right? For an elder, I patiently waited 2 years for an elder to say, oh, we'll help your son. He said to my mom, we'll help your son get a new card, but he has to come to us. Little did I know that this elder had a malicious agenda to the fellowship me, right? He had a malicious agenda to the fellowship me, right? But if I were to find a more loving elder, right, who said, imagine we had a judicial with a more loving elder, and this elder said, you know what, you was inactive for quite some time, but we know that the last 2 years you've been going to all your meetings, you've been morally, spiritually clean, you haven't done anything immoral, right? We're proud of you. We Jehovah's proud of you. We want to welcome you back in the organization. Now, initially, that's what I wanted, right? But if that would have happened, I would have never woken up. Or like I said, it would have took me way longer to wake up, right? But I had to find the one elder that was so unloving, so malicious, so egotistical, and just judgmental. I had to find one elder, right, to push my buttons, to make me wake up, and to do my freaking research so that I can fully wake up, right? Like I said, I do not believe in coincidences. Everything happened for a reason. If I didn't meet that unloving elder, right, I would have never probably woken up, or it would have took me way longer. But because I met him, and because he lied and abused the Holy Spirit, we have the Holy Spirit, because he lied and abused his power, that helped me to do my research and wake up. Wow. You can make a movie out of this. You can make a movie out of my story. Like, everything happened for a reason. It happened for a reason. It was a sequence of events, one by one, that led me to wake up. But it's crazy how I could have very easily been sucked right back in this organization. Like I said, all it takes is one elder, right? When you have a judicial, all it takes is one or all the elders to do their part. Like, if one elder, or all of them, let's say all the elders were really nice and say, hey, well, welcome back. You wasn't active for quite some time. The last 2 years, you've been on your best behavior. Welcome back. If they said that, I would have never woken up. I would have never done my research. Everything happened for a reason. I had to meet that unloving, hateful elder. I had to see that this organization is not run by love in order for me to do my research and wake up, right? Sorry, guys, I'm at work. So yeah, I had to do that in order for me to wake up, right? And I'm happy that I did. And on another something in harmony with this, right? So I met a sister about a decade ago, right? Overseas, right? I was at a Christian gathering, a witness gathering, right? She hit me up last year telling me, oh, I've been thinking about you. Some years have passed, and, we clicked when we met, which we did. Me and her clicked several years ago, when we first met. And we met a few times, right? But this is, like I said, this is nearly a decade ago. Or over a decade ago when I first met her. But we were still talking for a little bit afterwards, right? And then I became an actor, right? So she hit me up last year when I was at fellowship, and I had to tell her, I said, listen, I'm thankful, I'm happy you reached out to me, but I said, however, I am currently at the fellowship. So she was like, oh, well, just, I really, you was on my mind. When we met in the past, we really clicked, and I, want to pursue things, right? And I was like, wow, she's still interested in me, even though I'm the fellowship, right? So I said, okay, I'll let you know, right? And I really wanted to tell her that, listen, I'm the fellowship, but I don't no longer believe in this organization, right? But I was so happy that she reached out to me. I don't want to, tell her, give her all the tea. I don't want to give her all the tea all at once, right? And eventually I was going to tell her. I was going to tell her, listen, I had doubts about this organization, right? So anywho, she hits me up, tells me she was thinking about me, and I told her I'm the fellowship. I told her, listen, I'll let you know once I'm reinstated, right? A few months go by. She said, hey, listen, what's going on? Are you planning on writing a letter soon? Are you coming back? You're going to be reinstated anytime soon, do you know? And I said, listen, I'm still the fellowship. I'm going to write my letter soon. But I said to her, when I come back, I just want to be honest with you. When I come back, when I'm reinstated, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be inactive. The minute they reinstate me, I'm done with this organization. I don't believe that this is the truth. I don't believe that those 9 men are spokesmen for God, right? And when that happened, when I said that, right, she was like, hold on, you don't believe that these 9 men are the spokesmen for God? I said to her, how can you prove that they are? What proof, what valid proof do you have that they are God's spokesmen? What do you have, And she said, how dare you? Who are you to question them? I was like, huh? What are you talking about? Everybody should be questioned. Like, how do you not know that they're not frauds claiming to be God's spokesman? How would you not know any different, right? So I came out 100% clean with her. I said, listen, if me and you are going to be together, I'm telling you right now, I'm not coming back to this organization. I'm not coming back at all, right? I'm done with this organization. And once I said that, she blocked me. And it just had me thinking. I said, you know what? This girl only wanted me because we was both in the same organization. It has nothing to do with me as a person, right? Now, imagine if I came back to this organization, right? I got let's say I didn't get the fellowship. Let's say I had the judicial with the elders. They welcomed me back in. That sister reached out to me. Me and her started dating. We got married, and we would have got married on a basis of us being in the same religion, right? Nothing to do with me as a person. Us being in the same religion. The minute I told her I no longer believe in this organization, I no longer believe that these 9 men are God's spokesmen, I don't believe that this organization is run by Holy Spirit, the minute I said that, she lost interest, she blocked me. Which made me believe that she only wanted me because we was in the same religion. Who cares? Who cares if we're in the same religion? Like, I'm so open-minded. I don't care about religion. I would date an atheist. Like, I still personally believe in Jesus Christ, right? I still believe in Jesus and a creator and God and all that. Yeah, but I would respect, if I met somebody and we had chemistry, we vibed, and she said, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in a creator, I would respect that. And me and her could still potentially work things out and be a couple, right? But when I told this girl this, right, this sister who reached out to me, after all these years, she reached out to me telling me, oh, you've been on my mind. I miss you. We clicked when we met several years ago, and I want to pursue things with you. The minute I told her I no longer believe in this organization, her entire perspective about me changed. So when I say that I no longer believe in coincidences and a coincidence, I'm thinking on a different level. Because, like I said, I could have never been to fellowship. If I met another set of elders, I could have never been to fellowship, right? I could have, me and that sister could have, she reconnected, right? We could have married, and all that would have been a lie. All that would have been a lie. It would have been based on a religion. Nothing that's me as a person, right? When you love somebody, you're supposed to love that person for who they are and not for what they believe in. And I told her this too. I said, listen, you're supposed to love me, like me for me, not for the religion. Who cares about the religion? Whew. I dodged a bullet. I dodged a few bullets. I'm thankful that the elders, the fellowship me, even though I lost my family in the process, I lost my immediate family in the process, right? I'm thankful that it happened because I am, when I say I'm awake, I'm more awake than ever before. I'm more awake than ever before, right? And I would rather be awake and know the truth about the truth than be in a coma, still sleeping in a spiritual sense, right? And still have my family, knowing that we're all serving a false God, knowing that we're all serving men, non-men. There's no God in this. It's just men, right? So when I say that everything happened for a reason, everything happened for a reason, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. But yeah, I no longer believe in coincidence. That's done. That's done. All right, guys, that's enough of my rant for today. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys on the next video.